Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Yes, I know the beard is gone. I haven't done a video in about 2 weeks. There's a good reason for that, because I just haven't had much to talk about in pro wrestling. And I say that I'm a fan of pro wrestling because I'm a fan of pro wrestling. I'm not a WWE fan. Okay, the WWE just doesn't do it for me anymore. WWE is strictly about entertainment. That's what you're going to get from the WWE. You're going to get entertainment from the WWE, and I want to create some buzz here on the IWC, because there just isn't isn't buzz like there used to be here on the IWC. I joined in 2007, and I want to talk about the independents. Ever since I started, I didn't want to talk about the WWE. I didn't want to gain subscribers talking about the WWE, because that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about pro wrestling, the sport of pro wrestling. And WWE marks have to realize that pro wrestling is fake, and it's not a real sport, and the WWE does not care about their fans. Okay, and they said bye-bye to pro wrestling a long time ago. Okay, the company that I had, the World Wrestling Federation, the company that I grew up in the 90s, I grew up in Hulkamania. And back then, it was a different time, it was a different era. It was pro wrestling back then. It wasn't entertainment. And, I can't even remember the last time that the WWE actually called it pro wrestling. That's just how bad the current WWE is. And I've said that before. I rag on WWE a lot. I rag on TNA a lot. That's because I don't enjoy wrestling on TV anymore. I would rather watch 1 hour of good wrestling than 2 hours of bad wrestling. Okay, and the WWE started to suck when it turned from the WWF to the WWE in 2002. Okay, we had wrestlers like The Rock, we had wrestlers like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, The Undertaker. The list goes on and on. Because Vince won't allow his wrestlers to wrestle. That's how bad the current product is right now. And, it's just a different era now, and it's a new fan base in pro wrestling. It really is. And that's why I can't stand the current WWE, is because they took away their 18 to 34 demographic. If they wanted to make a PG-13 product, they would change the PG rating in a heartbeat. That's just a proven fact. They would, but they don't. And you WWE marks, you have to realize that WWE is not about pro wrestling. They're about entertainment. And it's just a different time now. It's a different era. Pro wrestling is now a sport. Okay, and I know you WWE marks aren't a fan of pro wrestling. And you have the entertainment business now, you have the pro wrestling business. And I've been watching pro wrestling ever since I was 4 years old. I've been watching pro wrestling before you were even alive. Okay, that's how long I've been watching pro wrestling. That's why I'm disgusted about the current product, because it's pure crap. That's all the WWE is now. I may get some hate for that, I may get some negative comments, but I don't care, because I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm not a WWE fan anymore. I want to be a professional wrestler someday. I want to get into the professional wrestling business and actually call it professional wrestling. And, that's why I talk about pro wrestling here on this channel, because I give you my opinion on pro wrestling. And right now, it's just getting dominated by the UFC. It's no longer the cool thing to watch. And Stone Cold and The Rock, they made it the cool thing to watch. It was a PG-13 product. There was blood, there was violence, and there was pro wrestling. And now you're just not going to get pro wrestling from the WWE anymore. And it's a sad day when the WWE doesn't like to call it pro wrestling, because they're not about pro wrestling. TNA, I don't like TNA right now either. There's a lot of TNA fanboys here on the IWC, TNA just wants to give us another WWF attitude, when it's just not the same business as it was in the 90s. And you know, TNA, they have one of the greatest rosters ever assembled. But you know, they need to start pushing their talent. They need to stop being about entertainment and trying to be the WWE and start being about pro wrestling again, like they used to be back in 2005. Because the TNA product was awesome back then. And Ring of Honor is the best pro wrestling company in the world right now, bar none, period. Okay, so, Simon, you want a debate? Ask and you shall receive. Okay, I haven't watched pro wrestling long before you have. I've been watching pro wrestling ever since I was 4 years old, and when you were in diapers. Okay, that's how long I've been watching pro wrestling. You know, I know you want to defend the WWE, even when it sucks, because it does suck right now. For those of you who don't realize that, it's like, what company are you watching? Every time I watch a WWE pay-per-view, every time I want to sit down and actually enjoy the entertainment, it's like, holy crap, did I just watch this crap again? And I just get a bad taste in my mouth. I really do. Because, you know, entertainment is not for me. Pro wrestling is for me. Pro wrestling is something that I love, something that I have passion for, something that I want to be someday. And, you know, I want to be able to call it pro wrestling, and not what Vince McMahon likes to call it. You know, it's just a new era right now, and I've been waiting a long time to say this. It's the era of pro wrestling. The sport of pro wrestling is here. The era of entertainment is over. You know, post your comments below, post your feedback below. Let's create some buzz here on the IWC. Let's bring some debating back here on the IWC. So, Simon, are you going to respond? You know, I've already told you. I've already given you valid reasons why the current WWE sucks. You can either watch bad wrestling. I leave the choice to you. You can watch bad wrestling, or you can watch good wrestling. It's easy, Simon. It's easy. I know you want to watch good wrestling. I know you're not used to indie wrestling like I am. I know you're not used to professional wrestling. Okay. And once you come over, you know, you'll be like, man, you know what? Shane was right. Shane was right on this. And, you know, and you know, you're going to be like, you know, Shane was right. You know, I question his wrestling knowledge, because I do have a vast amount of wrestling knowledge. And, you know, I just want to share that all with you here on this channel. And the WWE, I was like, you know what, Vince was my guy. The WWE is my company. It's just no longer fun for me anymore. It really isn't. WWE is not for me. Pro wrestling is for me. So, you know, I hope you do a video response to this, Simon. You know, you can either choose to watch good wrestling, or you can choose to watch bad wrestling. You know, the choice is yours. This is just to create some buzz here on the IWC, because, you know, I'm going to start doing WFX reviews every week now, because I have WFX. I don't have to watch that boring crap anymore. That is the WWE or TNA. Because TNA, WWE, they make a joke about pro wrestling. Post your comments below, post your feedback below. Tell me what you think. I'm Wrestling Savior. I'm out. Peace.